bitch, you better snatch your essence back from those low vibrational beings that are always trying to dim your light. They try to dim your light because they don't have a light, right? So they're trying to use your light. That shit don't fly. Don't let that shit fly. Don't let it happen, right? Tell them bitches that you are not the one to fucking play with. Never, okay? You are divine in your own essence, right? You do not need these people's respect. You do not need them to see you because, bitch, you see yourself and you respect yourself, right? You allowing these people to dim your light is you disrespecting yourself. So for you not to be in the essence of disrespect, I've learned that you have to first get respect within your own self. A lot of the times we forget that as people, you know. We honestly think that we love ourselves, but a lot of the time we don't realize that we are not loving ourselves correctly. We are loving ourselves the best we can, and sometimes that's not loving ourselves at all, right? Being trapped, trapping ourselves, allowing ourselves to stay trapped in unhappy situations. That is us dimming our own lights. That's what I've literally learned. I remember I used to always try to look outwards to place blame. Like, you know, I'm this way because my parents hated me. I'm this way because I never had people to show me, right? I'm not good with money because I never had anyone to teach me budgeting and to, you know, guide me the way I needed to be guided, you know, teach me how to be a mother, you know? But then when I really sought wisdom, when I really sat with this energy, I realized that the only thing that was stopping me from actually evolving was myself. Just because I wasn't taught budgeting doesn't mean that I shouldn't have sought out the education to learn budgeting by myself, right? We look for excuses as to why we are allowed to sit in this energy when in reality there are no excuses. We've created the excuse. It's the same way I said that the deadbeat fathers find and create excuses. They create reasons as to why they believe they should not be helping with their child. And they allow these reasons to become their reality, right? With these reasonings, right? They use these reasons to justify why they are a deadbeat. But in their eyes, they're not a deadbeat. In their eyes, their reasoning is justified, even if it's immoral. Even if it makes no sense to us, it makes sense to them. And you notice that these men, or women, the deadbeats, they always stand strong in their essence of a deadbeat. Like, they believe in that shit and they hold it down. They're not gonna let you try to make them a good father or a mother. Nah, fuck that shit. They always stand 10 toes down in that deadbeat ass energy. And that's how we need to be standing 10 toes down in our light. Like, we know that we shouldn't be holding our heads down and making our energy, making ourselves small for other people, right? We know that, but we do out of habit because we're often, you know, always bullied and we don't want people to see us so that there is an issue with us, right? So we often try to make ourselves invisible by making ourselves seem small, but you're not small. Bitch, your energy is grandiose, big, right? I'll have to tell you, like, you're her, but for you to truly be her, you actually have to allow her to come alive, right? You can't make her down for other people, especially other people. These people don't even know who they are. They're confused within their own vessels, right? But you know who you are because it's you. You can sit down with your energy and know that you don't mean harm. You'll sit down with your energy and you're respectful within your own vibration, right? But the disrespect comes in when we allow the energies that are not respecting us to take over. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've definitely noticed that it often changes the way you internally feel about yourself, right? Because then there goes, I don't even trust myself to make the right decisions, when you should trust yourself fully and wholly. The best, most authentic, raw, and lively version of yourself. Don't let these people make you dim your light because they don't have a light and they're feeling quite dimmed themselves, so they want to dim you down with them, right? Because misery loves company. Don't let them dim your light. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to dim your light. That's what I've learned. I've learned over the years that these people are not, in fact, as happy as we perceive them to be. They're, in fact, miserable. And seeing other people succeed, seeing other people happy, bothers them, right? When they see you with that innocent childlike essence, they see something that they're lacking. They're lacking that childlike essence. They're lacking the warmth, right? So they move as a sheep, like a little NPC. Whatever the energies are saying around them, whether low vibrational, gutter energies, or trash, they quickly flow with it, because as long as they're with the crowd, they feel validated. It doesn't matter if the cloud's trash. They just want to feel validated, right? So they stoop to these low vibrational energies, and then they try to drag you down there with them. But you don't have to. You don't have to change who you are to make other people feel better about themselves. You do not need to change who you are, because there's literally nothing wrong with you. You are you because you're supposed to be you. Your thoughts are your thoughts because they're supposed to be your thoughts, right? You're not supposed to be anybody but yourself. They're not your God. You do not have a reason to listen to them. You do not need to take counsel from these people. I notice always the people that have so much advice, and their advice is trash ass shit. And then when you listen to that shitty ass advice now, you realize that your life comes crumbling down because you did not listen to yourself. You listened to somebody else's advice, and their advice usually isn't for your highest good, but because you trust them, you just assume so, and you allow yourself to be swept up in that energy of, now it's, regretfulness, remorse. But it's like, you should have always stuck to your own energy. You will not go wrong if you stick to your own energy. Trust yourself. Build a relationship with yourself. That's what I've noticed that actually gets you on a path of love. Loving yourself divinely. The way I love myself today, I never thought that was possible, because as I said, a few years ago, I could barely look in the mirror. When I looked in the mirror, I saw the reflection of all my relatives that hated me. I seen my grandmother, I seen my mother, and I seen my father, all mixed into my vessel. And I couldn't stand it. I would look in the mirror, even if it's just for a second, and tears would flow from my eyes because I just felt so much hate. But now, with the same eyes, same face, but a different perspective, I'm able to say that when I look in the mirror now, I see divinity. I see all my ancestors, and I see their pain, I see their struggles, and I see how I've came here with all of my bloodline. As one vessel, we come as all, right? And we come so we can change our family's bloodline, change it for the better. We don't have to follow the same disgusting storylines they were following all along. We don't have to be them, right? We can raise our kids, and we could consciously try to and choose to raise our children to love themselves, to know themselves, to know that they are not obligated to be anybody's pet because of blood. Right? You are not obligated to accept abuse because that is your father. That's what I would like to tell all. That is what I would love to tell all the young boys and girls out there, and that you do not need to tolerate abuse because they are your parents, okay? If you do not feel safe, you do not need to be in that environment. You deserve to feel safe. You don't need to come home sad, thinking like, does my dad love me? Does my mom love me? You deserve love. And if they can't love you, baby, love yourself for real, bro. Like, love yourself. It might sound so like cliche. It might sound so like, everybody has to love themselves, but I want somebody else to love me. Babe, you will attract that love a billion times. But if you love yourself, you're not gonna tolerate the things you would tolerate if you're just desperate for love and want someone to love you. When you love yourself fully, you're able to see the illusions losers place in front of you for what they are. Right? You're able to see them clearly because you love yourself too much to tolerate that bullshit, and you're not going to, because there's no reason you have to at all, right? There's no reason. When you allow others to put you in a low light, then that's what they see you as. That's where they see you. They don't try to match your energy to bring you higher up, because they see you as low, so you should be accepting anything, right? If you allow them to treat you like the dog, then that's what you become, the dog. You're not the dog. You are the divine empress, and you're going to stand up and be her. Stand up. Well, the real divine empress, please stand up. Stand up. Stand up, girl. Stand up. No more meeking ourselves down, okay, divine feminine? No more. No, 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 no. You're her, and they're gonna motherfucking see that you're her. Okay, fuck them bitches that don't like the way you speak, don't like the way you look. Bitch, they love the way you look. They're jealous as fuck. Them bitches that talk about how much kids you have, bitch, they wish they could have as much kids as you, because your womb ton up. That's why you breed so much, because your womb is magical, right? The one them would they ain't got it like you, girl. They do not have it like you. They wish they did, though. That's why they send so much hate your way, because they secretly wish that they were you. It could never be, though. But they gonna keep wishing. So show them why they could never be you. Don't meet yourself down for energies that don't matter. Give them something to really be mad about. Be you. Unapologetically.